أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. The excellence of fasting in the month of Muharram, especially on the day of Ashurah, the 10th day, which is a very, very blessed day by Allah, giving the children of Israel a mercy by allowing Prophet Musa salam to emancipate them, to get them out of Pharaoh's Pharaoh. Pharaoh has enslaved them for a very long time. On this day, Allah's mercy spread upon them and allowed Musa salam to release them, to take them out of the land of Egypt, to free them from the grasp of Pharaoh. And it is really a blessed day. So because of this day, the Prophet ﷺ asked us to fast in thankfulness to Allah for this grace given to the children of Israel. As the hadith says, Abu Hurairah radiallahu reported, asked the Prophet ﷺ, which prayer is the best after the obligatory prayer? The Prophet ﷺ said, prayer during the middle of the night. Then he asked again, which fast is the best after the fast of Ramadan? The Prophet said, ﷺ, the month of Allah that you call Muharram. This is related by Ahmad, Muslim and Abu Dawud. This is a day that the Prophet ﷺ fasted. Even Ashurah radiallahu anha reported that the people of Quraysh, they used to fast on this day before Ramadan was obligated to them. Ibn Abbas radiallahu reported that the Messenger of Allah observed fasting on the day of Ashurah and commanded us to fast on this day. This is by Bukhari and Muslim. And also Abu Qatada radiallahu anhu said the Messenger of Allah was asked about observing fasting on the 10th day of Muharram, and he replied, it is an expiation for the sins of the preceding year. This is by Muslim. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu reported, the Messenger of Allah said, if I remain alive till the next year, I shall also observe fast on the 9th of Muharram. This means that the Prophet ﷺ was encouraging us not just to fast on the 10th day of Muharram. He is encouraging us to fast on the 9th and 10th or 11th, or 9th and 10th, or 10 and 11, as the scholars here all agreed. Says the Prophet ﷺ said if he was to live, if he was going to be alive that year coming, he would fast 2 or 3 days. The scholars have mentioned that the fast of Ashura is of 3 levels. 1, fasting 3 days, that is on the 9th, 10th and 11th of Muharram, or fasting on the 9th and the 10th, or fasting only on the 10th. So we as Muslims are greatly encouraged by the Prophet ﷺ to do this fasting. It's got a lot of reward. We all know that this is Allah's mercy by freeing the slaves, and therefore even the Jews did fast on this day to bless Allah, to say thanks to Allah for the favor He had done for them by freeing them from Pharaoh. So we as Muslims, especially nowadays, Muslims nowadays, they tend to ignore this day. A lot of us tend to ignore. We don't care. But as Muslims, whatever the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, we try to revive it and keep it alive. So brothers and sisters, let's try to do our best to fast in this day, the 10th of Muharram. Again, let me summarize. You can fast on the 9th and 10th, or 9, 10 and 11, or 10 and 11, or even just fast on the 10th. It's great reward, as we can see what the hadith says here. It says again, Abu Qatada radiallahu anhu reported the Messenger of Allah was asked about observing a sound, the fasting on the 10th day of Muharram, and he replied, it is an expiation for the sins of the preceding year. We don't want to miss this blessing. We ask Allah to make it easy for us to be able to fast, so we can get the reward of this great sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. We ask Allah to make it easy for us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.